Did you know the UN climate report has been warning us that global carbon pollution must be cut in half in the next 10 years for us to avoid catastrophic, irreversible damage to our planet? And yet, we're heading in the opposite direction. We need to understand that if we continue to exploit the resources the Earth has to offer, in the future we will suffer. We know this from seeing the news of glaciers being melted, oceans rising, and natural disasters occurring all over the world. We have to realize that we can't depend on our world leaders to take further action. It is up to us so that we won't have to deal with climate change's repercussions. The Paris Agreement was signed in 2016, which provided the world leaders a chance to come together and discuss greenhouse emissions on mitigation, adaptation, and finance. Their goal is to go well under a 1.5 degrees Celsius. However, since Trump's presidency, he withdrew from the Paris Agreement in 2017. What we need to do is rejoin the Paris Agreement and start taking action. Denial is not a policy, and I believe that climate change is caused by human activity, and if we don't start to create drastic changes, our future generation will suffer immensely. For example, we are creating an uninhabitable atmosphere from the immense use of carbon dioxide. The largest source of greenhouse emissions in the United States comes from burning fossil fuels for electricity, heat, and transportation, leading up to billions of CO2 to be released every year. According to NASA, scientists have high confidence that global temperatures will continue to rise for decades to come, largely due to greenhouse gases produced by human activities. It has been admonished from experts that it has been a growing crisis, yet we have not done sufficient change. According to an article from the New York Times written by Henry Fountain in 2019, since the rise of industry in the second half of the 19th century, when widespread emissions of greenhouse gases began, the world has warmed by 1.1 degrees Celsius. If we go above a 2 degrees Celsius, we, as well as the rest of the world, will be experiencing an unprecedented threat to human life and to the ecosystems in our planet. We need to take action. We are further damaging our environment by forest degradation and deforestation. When the trees are cut or burned, their stored carbon is released into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. According to an article from the Rainforest Alliance, published in 2018, deforestation on its own causes about 10% of worldwide emissions, having our environment become severely damaged. Not only is our environment being affected, but the lives of animals are at risk. Forests are home to very unique animals, and if we start to destroy their habitats, then they will become endangered. We need to take action. Farming livestock has also been a factor in increased emissions leading to global warming. According to an article by UC Davis, written by Amy Quinton in 2019, wrote that cattle is the number one agricultural source of greenhouse gases worldwide. The main reason is because in the world there are over 1.4 billion cows. A professor and air quality specialist in the Department of Animal Science mentioned that each year a single cow will produce about 220 pounds of methane, which is shorter lived than carbon dioxide, but 28 times more potent in warming the atmosphere. Methane is a detrimental gas compared to carbon, conveying that it is further contributing to global warming. Our portion of livestock gives off 14.5% of greenhouse gases, and unfortunately, because of our global demand for it, it is expected to double by 2050. We need to take action. An action that should be brought to effect is the Clean Air Act of 1963. It was designed to control the amount of air pollution on a national level. According to the EPA website, one of the goals of the act was to set and achieve NWQS in every state by 1975 in order to address the public health and welfare risks posed by certain widespread air pollutants. But since many countries couldn't keep up with the deadlines, they had to switch to new ones. I believe that now more than ever it has to be enforced. The Clean Air Act is beneficial because from 1970 to 2017, aggregate national emissions from the 6 common pollutants alone have dropped on an average of 73%, while gross domestic product grew by 324%. This progress reflects efforts by state and local and tribal governments and etc. If and when this solution starts to catch people's attention and motivates them to start, the positive outcomes will help reduce our emissions greatly. It will decrease all the pollution, rise of temperature, and prevent natural disasters like fires and floods. Basically, we will live in a non-threatening environment. The negative effects, if the solution is not carried out, will be catastrophic. We would have the Arctic and glaciers melted, permafrost as well, causing the CO2 that has been frozen to be released into the environment. There will be more natural disasters, leaving homes to be destroyed and families to endure great hardships because of it. It is a difficult task in which we have to essentially reorient a global economy in which mainly depends on fossil fuels. More than often, people don't want to come to the realization, like companies, because they are greatly profiting and don't want to opt to new changes. But we are busy doing nothing that's helping deal with climate change. We need to understand that this is not something we could keep putting off, which is why we need to start to reduce our ecological footprint. In conclusion, climate change has been an ongoing issue, yet there is no immediate action occurring. It is very evident that scientists who have observed and calculated these changes have been admonishing us for years. Our Earth is like our body. We need to maintain it healthy so it can last longer. Therefore, we need people to start taking matters into our own hands and calculate our ecological footprint in order to reduce our emissions. We need to help enforce climate laws, bring back the Paris Climate Accord, and Clean Air Act as well as others that will benefit our situation. We can do this by asking our world leaders to help lead us into a sustainable environment for not only us, but the future generations. Because remember, there is no planet B.